Hey y'all, it's Amy from See Amy Draw. So I'm coming to y'all from a completely different location than I've been recording my videos in the past. I actually just set up this new floor desk, which I'm very excited about because my office space where I usually plan and do things is all downstairs in our house, and downstairs is completely open. So I decided, I had a little bit of space in my bedroom to kind of corner off and set up like a little desk situation where I can keep like my current planners. I also have a planner cart that I'll show y'all in a separate video. But I gotta say, so far, is the like last hour that I've been here, I'm absolutely loving this situation. I got the whole idea from Lindsay Scribbles. She had one, or she has one, but I just thought it was such a good idea, and I'm really loving it. But I figured while I'm down here, I will record my first video from this new situation and kind of give an update where I am planner wise. So for the most part, my A5 Hobonichi cousin is still very much in the picture. Love it so much. It holds all of my memory keeping and journaling in here. And then my Hobonichi cousin is still very much an active part of my planner life. This is kind of where I'll just start with this one, I guess. I have been just keeping up with the things that I eventually will put into my Hobonichi cousin. So a lot of this is mostly, I do jot down like appointments and things so I can keep up with what all's going on for that week. And I do use, I'll show maybe, I thought I would just do a little flip, but I will use this side here to do like to-do lists, things that don't necessarily fit on this side because the space is so small and it's so limited. So that's really how I've been utilizing this space. I do have habit tracker that I've shockingly been keeping up with. My habits, however, are a different story, but that's okay. I don't really use them as like a way to determine, how I'm doing. It's just more of like I don't know, I just keep track of them, I guess. I don't know, for whatever reason. I guess it's something for me to always make sure that I'm coming into this planner to write things down. But for the most part in here, on this side, I will just jot down like the big things that happened that I did. Here I was struggling on Duolingo, so I wrote down some of the phrases that I was having a hard time with. So yeah, it's just kind of a hodgepodge of things a little bit. And then you can see like here, I'll jot down appointments and then I'll be able to see those at the beginning of the week. But I'm really loving it for that. And then in the back pages, I was going to do like a whole like setup with like, spending trackers or order trackers or whatever, but that kind of, I don't know, I just didn't keep up with it. Instead, I'm doing like a highlight for every single day, where I just kind of write about my most favorite memory from the day. And I'm using up my sticker collection. I like to use samplers actually for these pages too, to use a sticker that kind of reflects what happened. It's just fun. Clearly here I played a lot of catch up. I feel like February was like, I was just praying to keep holding on. I still have some catching up to do here because today is the 26th. But yeah, it's very low pressure because it's just, I can use these pages to look at something that I did and that'll spark a memory for me that I can jot down over here. But it's just fun. I love these stickers, these date stickers from Randy.plans. In the front of I have a clear cover on my Hobonichi weeks, and I will tuck the sheet for that month in the clear cover so I don't have to like go looking for it or anything. It doesn't create bulk. I know where the rest of these are, which was going to be, I feel like, the challenge for me is keeping up with the rest of the year because I did buy the full year when I purchased those, I think during Black Friday. I can't remember. And then here I just got old picture of Caitlin, so cute. And then, yeah, it's how I've been using my Hobonichi weeks, and I love it. It's not so much forward planning, but there is a little bit of forward planning in it. But yeah, my A5 cousin though, I'm truly loving this thing because the way that I decided to use my daily pages was to do like a little doodle for each day. And so I'll kind of show you I almost feel like in January, I felt like I started out really strong with the doodles that I was doing. I was really challenging myself to draw things that I wasn't used to drawing. So like this one here was the Parthenon in Nashville. My husband and I went to Nashville. That way, just to get myself out of like a comfort zone and like really push myself artistically to branch out and do some new things. And then as the days went, I tried to find like something to doodle that reflected like my day, like something very specific. But I feel like, I don't know, I just was doing one. So it wasn't as like, I don't know. And then I also noticed, I have a lot of idleness. And then I also noticed that I wasn't journaling as much. So I was trying to just draw something really big just to be able to take up space, because I'm one of those planners where I don't like a lot of white space and stuff. So yes, this is how it kind of went in January. And I still love these. Like I still love this planner. I still love the little doodles and everything. They're just so much fun to do. But I feel like at some point they got like really simple. Like this day I couldn't really think of anything to draw, so I just drew a wine glass because I probably had some wine that day. And then this one here too. A lot of this I felt like was also because I was playing a lot of catch up, which I don't mind doing. But then as February got into it, I kind of branched out more as far as like on Instagram, the people that I follow. Just to kind of see what their daily pages look like. So I started doing these more doodles because these are just, I guess it's another way for me to like push myself, like think of those moments that happened on those days that really stood out to me. And then draw those in here. So I really like how my February pages turned out. And for me, like this one was so much fun. Kind of let go of like I'm a perfectionist, so it's like, okay, I gotta let go of a lot of that just so I can do it, so I really like how it's turned out, and I can tell a huge difference in my drawings from the beginning of the year, which was only like a month ago, compared to like now, I guess 2 months ago. So like even this one here, I feel like this is a lot more complex than like what I was drawing before. Obviously, I'm behind because like I said, I feel like I'm playing a lot of catch up, but I don't mind it. I do find time to either just like go ahead and draw things in pencil. I use the Tombow Fudenosuke. I actually use the soft tip, but I didn't have it on me. This is the hard tip, but I prefer the soft tip. I will use the hard tip if I have it. But yeah, I've really been enjoying keeping up with those doodles and doing that. I love this one here. This is me. This is actually when I started thinking about like what this whole desk situation would look like. And like I said, I did get a planner card from Michaels, and it's one of the 4-tier ones, which I did not realize that existed, but it's worked out perfectly for what I wanted it for. So that's been my daily pages in my Hobonichi Cousin. And then my weeks, like, I just like to have fun and just use just a ton of stickers and stuff. I loved using this journaling kit from Wonton and a Million. And then this is a kit from my shop that I used. And then this is a journaling kit from my shop because I wanted to try something different. And then once more with Love Kit. This one's so cute. Everything is so cute. And then this week I was like, could not pick out a kit. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I had this super cute sheet of Snoopy stickers that I got from like Target. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use that. And so that's what I did. And I really like how it turned out. And I have to go back and do this past week. But like I said, as long as I'm writing things down in here, then I don't worry about how I'm going to remember to write things down in this. It just makes it so much faster. I don't have to sit and think about like, oh, what did I do? It's already written down. Trying this year, my focus really is to not rely on my brain to do things that a sheet of paper can do for me. That's been like my motto going through it. So I'm trying to just literally just write more, like for that specific reason, because if I try to hold on to it in my head, I get overwhelmed and then I forget things, as people do. And so, yeah, and then that frustrates me. So I actually started using this Field Notes notebook, which I absolutely adore. I have a whole stash of Field Notes notebooks, as I'm sure a good number of people do. that I'm not using, because I buy them and I'm like, the covers are just so gorgeous. I love this one here. This is part of their National Park collection. It's so pretty. The colors are so vibrant and so pretty. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this to just like write in. This has been a lot of fun to keep up with. I just jot down random things that come into my head. It's almost like a commonplace book, but not quite, I guess, based off of, I wrote down this like definition of a commonplace book as I was thinking about putting this together, but it's really just turned into like brain dumping. So like this is when I was thinking about doing this floor desk, and then down a little bit, thinking about doing it. So I was like, okay, before I do this, I want to think about exactly what the space will be used for. What will I want to keep there? Because I didn't want to overwhelm the space, because it is in my bedroom and I didn't want it to look like clutter. So I'm trying to keep it as minimal as possible, which is where the cart plays in. And I'm glad I did this because it really made me think about, you know, what I wanted to keep in this space. So yeah, I actually did follow along this plan pretty closely. The top area, or the top part of this cart, is mostly my at the moment items. So like the planners that I'm using, the book that I'm reading, I keep my iPads up there. And then my charger is here too, so it's easy for me to just plug in my iPads and charge them. The second one is all my film stuff. I have my camera, my vlogging camera, and everything that kind of goes with that, along with like my portable printers that I like to use. And then my to be read is actually at the bottom, because I was like, I need the heaviest thing to be at the bottom. Whereas I guess I think it's a 320 pack of Ohuhu markers. That's actually on this one, but they probably could weigh about the same. It's just a huge pack of markers, but I have those just so they're kept handy and they're not just out so much. I had a lot of my books downstairs and I was just like, oh, I had them on this like little bookshelf thing, and I don't know why, but it was just like seeing them. I think it's just like, it looks like clutter to me, I guess. And I'm trying to just kind of like get rid of some things, and then also just kind of like clean up my space a little bit more. So it's somewhere, it turns into somewhere that I enjoy being. I guess it's really my focus. So yeah, and then I'm reading this book. I have it right here. Legends and Lattes. Is part of a Patreon that I signed up, and I was like, oh, I'll do this. I totally have time to do a book club. I don't. But this is the book that they were reading, and I had been wanting to read this, and I'm so glad that I joined. And I'm not anywhere near going to finish this at the end of February, but I'm really glad I picked it up because it's just such a cute little story, and I read it in the mornings, and it just, I don't know. It's just a cute story. Like I said, the characters are very honest, and like it's just so much fun. So I've been jotting down a couple of quotes from there, and I did this little doodle. Like I said, I'm trying to draw more, so did a doodle of the main character Viv from the cover in here, and I love how it turned out. And then this is just kind of like some brain dumping on some videos I want to record. But all in all, that is my lineup so far. And yes, I do have, I have this rubber band that I will wrap around my field notes to keep up with my pen. I'm sure there's a billion more suitable ways of doing this, but this is what I like. It's kind of weird. So my brother, I have an older brother, and he wears rubber bands, and he stayed with us for most of winter because he lives in Chicago. And so every single time we would have a vegetable that had a rubber band, he would take it and he would wear it around his wrist until it basically just fell apart. But I don't know, it just reminds me of him. So yeah, and it holds my pen really holds my pen really well. I haven't lost it yet, so there's that. But anyways, that is, I guess, everything that I have as of right now as far as an update on my planner system. If y'all have any questions about anything, please feel free to ask in the comments, and I will reply to those. And yeah, thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.